E aí pessoal, RockZero aqui com mais um pouco de Vampyr. E vamos agora aqui, retratos de família, né? Vamos continuar a história. Bom, eu confesso que faz um tempinho, alguns dias que eu não jogo, né? Esse dia que eu fiquei sem gravar, eu fiquei jogando outras coisas, né? Ontem eu fiz uma live de Payday 2. Ai meu Jesus Cristo, tem telefone tocando, pera um pouco. Estou de volta aqui, né? Ainda bem que eu fiz aquela transição. Mas na moral, gente. Ô, domingo, meu, para de ligar daqui, caralho. Ligar da central de atendimento da caixa. Ah, não, meu, o pessoal é complicado aqui. No momento que eu tô gravando domingo, provavelmente esse vídeo vai estar ao ar na segunda-feira, mas. Pô, 9 horas da manhã no domingo o cara vai ligar pra encher o saco, vai a merda. Deixa eu falar aqui com os cidadãos.
Good evening, miss.
Oh my god, no. Please, Mr. Vampire, don't kill me. Please, no. I'm too young to die. I still have so much to offer this world.
Wait, no. Why do you think I would... What?
Don't worry, Dr. Reed. I know you wouldn't harm me. Mother told me you were in this part of town and might drop by.
Your mother?
My name is Charlotte, sir. Charlotte Ashbury. My mother taught me long ago how to recognize the signs that betray a vampire.
I understand she also taught you how to tease and gently mock innocent young econs. It's a pleasure to meet you, Miss Charlotte.
Charlotte Ashbury é a filha da que eu tô pensando que é? Esses de pistas.
What do you think about this part of town?
I was raised here and I suppose it feels like home. You grew up in this part of town too, did you not?
Yes, I was born a few streets away.
A small world, is it not? Did you ever imagine that my mother was your neighbor all that time? That you could have met her in a dark alley at night?
You won't trick me twice, young lady. We both know Lady Ashbury never hunts or attacks prey at random.
Come on, Doctor. Don't tell me you never thought about that possibility. Her fangs on your neck. Oh, are you blushing, Dr. Reed?
Is there something that's bothering you?
Too much selfishness and individualism for my taste. Even when there was no epidemic.
Even if that's partly true, may I remind you that many charitable institutions are financed by the selfish and filthy rich.
I suppose you're right. But society must reform and renew itself, or we are all done for.
What are you doing out here?
You mean, what do I do outside at night, since I am a woman? Let me ask you a question, sir. Would you ask the same question of a man?
Actually, yes. I ask the same question to everyone who dares to go outside at night, considering the risks.
Well, if you must know, I campaign for the right to vote for all women. Why should I wait to the age of 30 years when men can vote at 21?
How are the locals reacting to your claims?
People here can't wait for a wall to be built to isolate the West End from the rest of town. That's how progressive they are. If this happens, Emily and I will blow it up.
Explosives are very dangerous, young lady. And who is this Emily?
She is my best friend, and a suffragette too. She was supposed to campaign with me tonight, but hasn't turned up.
Have you any reason to be worried about her?
Recently, Emily started to believe in... well, she got interested in vampires. I'm afraid she might be in trouble.
Let me guess. You spoke to her about us, didn't you? Despite your mother's warning. I think I should try to find your friend.
Oh, that would be top-notch. I can tell you where she might have gone. You have my thanks, Dr. Reed. And please, don't tell my mother.
Are you a suffragette, then? Oh, you really are Elizabeth's girl. Without a doubt.
All adult women have the right to vote in the US, in New Zealand, and in Australia. But women here can't vote unless they are property owners.
No need to convince me, Miss Charlotte. I have shared your opinion for a long time. Even before I met Emmeline Pankhurst.
Really? Oh. Now I see why my mother appreciates you so much. Too bad there aren't more men like you in the vicinity.
Tell me about your adoption.
What do you want to know?
How did you meet Lady Ashbury?
First, I was an orphan in the institution for girls she manages in the West End. When I was 10, she adopted me, and I have lived with her ever since.
Did you know she was a vampire when she picked you?
The correct word is Ekon, Doctor. And no, I had no idea why my mother only showed up at night. She told me everything when I turned 16, though I suspected the truth for a long time before that.
Who are your real parents?
Elizabeth Ashbury is my real mother. She raised me and has taken care of me all my life. I have no idea who my progenitors are or were.
Do you live with her?
I still spend a lot of time in my mother's mansion, but I have my own house now. I have a life to live, you see. And one day, I'll have my death to face.
What exactly has your mother told you about me?
Your name and profession, obviously, and the mystery about your maker. I'm sorry to hear about what happened to your sister, sir. Mother says it was not your fault.
Does it not scare you to know what I am? What your mother is?
Why should it? My mother is the most compassionate woman. Must I be wary of her, Dr. Reed? Or you?
Perhaps it's wise for a mortal never to totally trust a vampire. Your mother herself told me that we Ekon are creatures of deception. Maybe it's because we seem so alive.
That may be true for a naive girl, but I have the best teacher when it comes to getting rid of an insistent immortal.
Your mother is not like any other vampire I've met.
I believe she thinks the same about you, Dr. Reed.
Bom, isso aqui a gente já falou tudo o que precisamos falar, né, sobre dela em Londres. Vamos, antes de fazer perguntas pessoais, né, eu vou aqui ver o foco de infecção locais.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
A few days ago, I spotted a strange house while campaigning for women's suffrage. Awful smell. No answer when I knocked.
Where is it?
It's the Mullaneys, a nice family who live in a big house near the park in the eastern part of this neighborhood.
Ah, beleza, temos mais uma pista. Deixa eu ver aqui informações. Ela está saudável, né? Cara, eu desbloqueei duas pistas, mas aqui só aparece uma.
Do you know why Lady Ashbury chose you to become her daughter?
No, I don't. Each time I ask her that question, she smiles and says it's precisely because I dare to ask such questions.
Do you ever regret that she chose you?
Of course not. Though I often wonder if she adopted others before me. If so, where are they buried? How is it for them to pass through life with a never-aging mother?
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you may see her before me.
Bom, beleza. Deixa eu vir aqui nas investigações. Charlotte sabe muitas coisas sobre vampiros e não parece temê-los. E a Charlotte foi criada no orfanato de Lady Ashbury antes de ser adotada pela própria Lady. No círculo social dela não temos nenhum relacionamento ainda, porém sabemos que ela está procurando a amiga dela. Ah, deixa eu ver aqui. Emily está desaparecida. Antes de continuar com essa história do menu principal, né, eu vou caçar um negócio aqui na quest da amiga dela. Nossa senhora, eu tô com uma dificuldade. Eu não tô conseguindo dar zoom. Como é que dá zoom aqui? Ah, RB e LB, nossa. Disfarce, tá escrito lá zoom. Fanta. Lê. Ah. Foi. Ah, deixa eu ver aqui então. Vai virar aqui nesse beco. Direita e esquerda. Caramba, essa mulher. Ah, senhor vampiro, não me machuque. Que é o cara? Não sei entender nada.
Good evening, miss. Can I help you? I'm a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Karina Billow. I don't need any doctor. The rats. Where are the rats?
Miss, you don't seem well at all. Are you afraid of rats? Has one bitten you?
No, it's me who bites them. Tasty, juicy, disgusting rats. I can't stop eating them. Help me, please. Help me to disobey the voice.
What happened to you?
The rats. The answer hides in their little crunchy bones. Their juicy, tiny brains.
Miss Billow, please, try to concentrate. Why do you worry about rats so much?
The voice in my head. He forces me to do so. Drink their blood, he said. Eat their flesh.
Tell me about the voice in your head. Who is it? Can you describe it? Is it someone you know? Someone you met?
Keep your mouth shut, he said. Don't ever speak about me, or I'll abandon you. Help me, please, Doctor.
Do you feel compelled to obey that voice, Miss Billow? Even if you're loath to submit to it?
Yes. Please. Help.
Caramba, meu, duro é que...
What is the local news hereabouts, Miss Billow?
Shadows. Shadows hunting shadows. Whispers in the dark. Pestilence. Suffering. Death.
Cara, será que essa voz é a mesma que tava falando com a outra mulher lá? Esqueci o nome dela, aquela velha. Tá toda deformada com os outros scouts.
Tell me about yourself, Miss Billow. What do you do for a living?
Oh, I'm hungry. Need to eat. Have you got something for me? Blood, perhaps? Can you give me blood, Dr. Reed?
Don't you remember who you are, miss? What you did for work?
I was strong, proud. I campaigned for good causes. But that was before. It does not matter anymore. I'm so hungry.
Preciso de mais pistas.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual recently?
Infection. The rats carry it, I heard. Rats. Many rats around that big house. Funny smell too. Dead flesh.
And where is this house?
West of the park. Not very far. A big house with no sound, no light, no life left.
Beleza, então parece que essa... Karina não é coerente, só não é coerente quando fala sobre o que aconteceu com ela, né?
I must go now. Goodbye, Miss Billow.
Então beleza, parece que essa voz aí que tava falando com ela pode ser a mesma voz que estava falando com a mulher que eu esqueci o nome, acho que é Harriet Jones. Se for, a voz deve estar tentando fazer ela ficar infectada com o vírus dos Scouts, né? Porque ela ainda é humana. Mas, cara, isso é bizarro demais, minha mulher mordendo um rato. Aqui essa é a casa dele. Tem um desconhecido ali. Casa dessa mulher. Deixa eu ver aqui, encontrei a casa da Emily. O que é esse outro aqui, essa outra investigação? Ah, do Kimura Tadao. Nossa, foi o cara que tava sendo... Ups. O cara que tava sendo atacado, eu falei, ah, vai se ferrar esse negócio, eu vou dormir aqui, deixa esse cara estar lá. Aí ele morreu. Eu vim aqui nas docas agora. Cara, tá cheio de scouts, tudo nível alto. Eu não devia ter deixado aquele maluco vivo. Deve ser essa casa aqui, a única casa que dá pra entrar.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Jonathan, is that you? I did not know you were back in London. Oh, my dear Johnny, I'm so sorry for your loss. Mary was such a sweetheart.
Thank you, Venus. May I come in?
I was going to bed, actually.
Deixa-me entrar.
I'm sure you can spare me a few minutes. For old time's sake.
Of course you may enter, Jonathan. You're always welcome here. But at this hour of night?
It's a pleasure to see you again, Venus.
So you returned from the war in one piece too. Thank God. My Clarence is back home too.
How is the old rascal?
Probably outside, chasing ghosts and chimeras. Clarence has changed a lot since he returned from the war, you know.
How have you been since the last time we met? How long has it been? 3 years now?
I've done my duty, like all British women. You have no idea what it was like to wait for months without knowing if I'd still be a wife or a widow.
I understand. Luckily, this part of town has been saved from the worst of the bombings, from what I've seen.
Yes, and it's also true about the epidemic. The flu has killed here too, of course, but not on such a large scale as in other parts of town.
Have you noticed anything peculiar about the neighborhood recently?
You mean except for your return to town? No. Oh, and again, Jonathan, please accept my condolences for your sister.
Why is my return so surprising?
It's more an unexpected happy end than a surprise. You and Clarence, back from the war. You have no idea how hard it's been for me.
Thank you, Venus. It was so sudden. And I've been so busy, I haven't spoken to anyone about it.
I wish I could have assisted at the funeral, but you know, it's been so quick. And what with the epidemic in the streets?
There's no need to apologize, my dear. It's normal, considering the circumstances.
No, it's not. I am sure that Clarence has not even thought to present you his condolences. He is too busy with his penny dreadful stories.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Have you noticed anything unusual?
The McPhersons. I heard they locked themselves in their own house.
They could just be afraid of getting sick.
Perhaps you're right. But if I were you, I'd pay them a visit. A big house, reachable through a courtyard, to the north of the railway bridge.
Todas as pistas indicam aquele pessoal. Vamos...
Do you need my medical attention?
No thanks, Jonathan.
Também tá saudável.
Goodbye for now.
I'm
Gente.
so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Vamos roupiar as coisas aqui. Entra na casa dos outros, mas eu saio catando tudo. Eu sou o Link do Zelda lá quebrando os potes. Mas falando sério, cara, todas as pistas apontam pra aquela casa. E agora a gente descobriu o nome da família, né?
At least you survived the great.
Vamos ver se tem alguma pista aqui sobre alguém.
It's locked.
Trancado, baú. Caixa de cigarros. Ah, dá pra sair por aqui. Vim na sacada.
No invitation is needed to enter this building. That can't be a good sign. No sign of a struggle. It seems Charlotte's friend knew the killer and let him in.
Beleza. Opa, mais sangue aqui. Carta de amor da Emily, meu querido Jaques. Estou ansioso por novamente. Hoje à noite, amanhã, eu mal posso esperar. Desde que nosso beijo sobre aquela ponte, sobre os brilhantes do luar, não quero saber mais nada se não sentir seus dentes nos meus lábios de novo. Que isso?
Emily wanted to become a vampire. Something must have gone wrong. Someone is responsible for this mess. But who?
Vamos ver se tem mais alguma outra carta apontando. Só fala pra vasculhar. É o Jax, esse tal de Jax.
Blood. I should follow the trail.
Ah, tô me sentindo um Geralt de Rivia aqui com esses sentidos. É The Witcher 3 tudo de novo, meu, seguindo as pistas.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
I could ask you the same question.
I'm the Marquis de Bois-Colombes, and I strongly invite you to find your own game, sir.
I'm not here to sustain myself. I'm currently investigating the death of a young woman killed by a vampire.
A young woman killed by a vampire? Oh, you're joking, right? Oh, I do love the British sense of humor.
Quem é você? Ele já falou, né?
I followed the trail of blood from her room to here.
Oh, you're referring to that young woman. Yes, the meeting turned messy. I'm afraid I ruined my last redingote.
So you admit you murdered her?
I admit nothing, my good sir. I only regret the blood of that girl staining my clothes. Oh, blood can be so messy.
What happened?
She wanted to become one of us. Not the first time I have received such a proposal, but I must admit her direct approach tempted me.
And then what?
The body rejected my blood. It happens, you know, sometimes even with voluntary prey. At least her gurglings brought me some fun, until the artery burst.
Eu acredito em você porque a gente encontrou a pista, né?
I believe you, sir. Emily's diary confirms your statement.
Oh, Emily was her name. Quite charming. Well, mystery solved then.
Yes, I suppose so. You can go.
And so can you. Farewell, sir. May you enjoy the spectacle of this fallen city as much as I do.
É, por mais que isso seja, digamos o seguinte, moralmente errado, né? Mas, pô, a mulher queria virar vampiro, o cara deu sangue e tudo, mas o corpo dela rejeitou. Sei que é capaz de ter gente com ódio de mim, né? Falando, nossa, esse cara é sem coração, meu, ele podia ter matado o maluco lá. Cara, eu virei errado, que ódio.
Good evening, Miss Ashbury.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed.
I have found out what happened to your friend, Emily.
I can handle the truth. There's no need to hide the bloody details.
Your friend was planning to become a vampire. She thought she'd met an honest one and made a deal with him. Unfortunately, Emily did not survive the process.
My mother told me many times about the risks of being turned. I often suspected she exaggerated the danger to avoid me being tempted.
No, the risk is real. Have you any idea what a body has to endure? To become an organism entirely consumed by its need to process and recombine blood.
I should never have talked to Emily about vampires. I never thought she'd actually try it without me. Thank you, sir. Here, take this for your discretion.
Ah, estaca da Charlotte.
Goodbye, Charlotte. Give my best regards to your mother when you see her.
She's been quite busy these last few nights. I suspect you...
É o mesmo diálogo de sempre. Bom, temos aqui 2 locais marcados no mapa, né? Deixa eu ver essa estaca da Charlotte. Cara, 35 de atordoamento. Esse aqui é 10, não, eu vou usar esse aqui. Caramba, 30 e... E 5. Oh, isso tem mais atordoamento que o porrete. Caramba, meu. Agora eu tô bolado aqui. Eu sou bichão, rapaz. Dá uma só na testa do bicho. Bom, beleza, vamos à mansão ali investigar. Tinha outro cara pra gente conversar também, mas quase que eu tô voltando aqui. Não, maluco. Perdi o cara de vista.
Good evening, sir. May I have your attention, please?
Come on, Johnny. Don't you recognize your oldest friend?
Clarence. Clarence Crossley. How are you? My God. So you survived the war too. So sorry I didn't recognize you at first.
I almost didn't recognize you either. War does that to men, I heard. In my case, it was true, for I witnessed the horror that lies underneath.
Caramba, mano, encontramos o Clarence aqui. Agora que eu tô pensando, cara, podia ter um diálogo normal, porque eu passei antes, né? Tipo, ele podia ter falado, ah, eu passei na sua casa antes, mas você não tava.
When did you escape the war and return to London?
You know what's funny? I almost never think about the war. Not anymore. I'm involved in another kind of battle now.
What is this new battle?
I saw terrible things during the war. Horrors I thought I'd forget. They're here too. They're everywhere. Vampires.
I know what you mean. I haven't had much time to think about the war either since my return.
Of course. The epidemic, I bet you've been busy as well. Forgive me, Johnny, I didn't want to sound selfish.
Cara, mas quer dizer que ele encontrou vampiros na guerra, né? Vamos as informações. Ele está sofrendo de enxaqueca, mas eu não tenho tratamento para enxaqueca ainda.
How is your wife? Venus.
We've spent so much time away from each other, and so many things have happened.
Is everything all right at home? Surely Venus was relieved to see you return from France in one piece.
Have you forgot what people are like in this part of town, Johnny? Venus fears for our family reputation. Now her husband has become the village idiot.
But you're alive. You returned in one piece and you have a family. How many soldiers can say the same?
Believe me, it's not quite that simple. Unlike you, I'm not the man I used to be.
Beleza, conseguimos uma pista, provavelmente falando com ela vamos conseguir a outra.
I'm investigating the source of the epidemic in this district. Can you help me?
Infection is everywhere these days. But if you ever go to the park near that swanky house belonging to the Mullaneys...
Yes? What about the Mullaneys? What about their house?
Not enough noise for a big family with children. Not enough movement. Closed doors. What is going on in there? I wonder.
You need some rest, Clarence. You should try to sleep.
Então ele basicamente confirmou a história da esposa, né? Deixa eu olhar aqui novamente no mapa. A casa que está próximo de um parque, parece que... Isso aqui é um parque. Mas também temos isso aqui, né? Essa casa no beco. Ele tá falando dos Mullaneys, né? Provavelmente é essa casa aqui em frente a esse parque. Gente, bom, antes de prosseguir, né, deixa eu só voltar lá pra falar com a Venus. Que eu quero, né, ver agora o negócio, confirmar a história do maluco lá. E eu passei reto. Ah! Meu Deus do céu! Eu costumo com os jogos da Bethesda mandando, ó, vem aqui, ó, aqui, ó.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. Please, come in. At least you survived the Great War. What do you...
Venus, why do you worry so much about your family's reputation?
Everyone laughs at Clarence now. And they avoid me because they believe I share his insane opinions. I'm a leper in my own community.
Goodbye.
Bom, então descobrimos aí. E realmente... Nossa, uma coisa que eu não entendo é, o cara falou de vampiros na guerra. Mas não apareceu nenhuma pista sobre ele. Cadê? Ela não liberou nenhuma pista. Isso é bem estranho não ter liberado a pista. E tem um baú fechado, cara. Deixa eu... deixa eu ver aqui. Abraça, eu não vou abraçar ninguém não, rapaz. Sacanagem isso aí, abraçar a mulher do nosso melhor amigo aí. Eu quero só ver uma coisa. Não dá pra fazer ela abrir não, né?
What?
Não liberou nenhuma pista. Achei que dava pra forçar ela a fazer alguma coisa, tipo, fora o abraçar, né? Eu vou ter que ver isso aí de direito depois. Vou sair da casa aqui. Tô com 2.800 de XP. Bom, o marido dela fica andando pra cá, né? Clarence.
Good evening.
Tô com 4. Olha que tudo requer uma pista.
You need...
O que ele fala?
Good.
I won't.
You need some rest.
Vamos ver se pelo menos a gente consegue levar ele pra casa antes de eu terminar o vídeo aqui. Ainda não aparece nada pra abraçar ele ali, então... Só uma coisa que eu quero testar. Agora que eu tô vendo que tem esse rastro. O que é esse rastro de sangue? Deixa eu seguir esse rastro aqui. Ah, é pra levar um lugar afastado pra abraçar, entendi. Quero ver se... Só testar isso aqui. Vou deixar o cara na frente da porta da casa dele.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, Jonathan. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan.
Não, aparentemente... Felizmente não temos como levar o cara pra casa. Bom, pessoal, eu vou deixando esse vídeo por aqui. E espero que vocês tenham gostado aí do vídeo. Se você gostou do vídeo, deixa o seu gostei. Não se esqueça de se inscrever no canal. Vou estar pedindo para você estar compartilhando o vídeo também, pra gente poder estar conseguindo mais inscritos. Que agora o canal voltou a crescer um pouquinho de vez, né? Várias vezes eu falo isso. Tem várias vezes que eu falo isso. Porém, eu quero manter esse crescimento do canal, né? Tá terminando aí o Vampyr. Eu vi também que Life is Strange vai sair agora, o 2 vai sair agora, parece que não lembro se era novembro ou setembro. Então é outro jogão que eu vou estar pegando ele pra gente poder estar fazendo série dele. Então, esse vídeo vai ficando por aqui e até o próximo vídeo, pessoal. Fui!